Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to Abe's Front Porch Talk. Today, we're going to talk about people living with chronic pain. And I'm one of those who do. And I'm hoping to help encourage someone else that's living with chronic pain. And I've heard a lot, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm faking. I'm just doing this for attention. I'm I've been told I'm scum of the earth. But these people that said all these things to me, it's going to come back on them one way or the other. And somehow or another, these people are going to regret that they've ever talked to me like that. Or even talked bad behind my back and said these things about me. We all have our own issues, but there are some things that should never took place, some things that should never been said. We all need support. We all need the help. We just got to learn people with chronic pain are not faking the pain. Now, I'm not saying there aren't those who would fake it, but you can tell by looking at someone that's in pain and those who are not. First of all, you can tell by the eyes. And it's something to do with the eyes when someone's in pain. I've had a lot of people tell me before that they could see it in my eyes I was hurting. I've walked into a place one time, and these people don't see me on a regular basis, but I was actually walking in a doctor's office. And I was just there to pick up a prescription anyways for a renewal for the month, and they said they saw me and they said, "You look like you're in pain." And their words were, "We can see it in your eyes. We can see it." And I said, "Yeah, I am." And I was hurting tremendously that day. And for me, it seems like I don't have the help that I really need out here. And when you are hurting and you don't have anybody to help you food wise, to help cook your meals for you, and you're left on your own to do all of this stuff, it makes it even worse. You've got paperwork to fill out for your doctors if you're fighting for your disability. You've got to go through all of this yourself if you have no one else to help you. And all takes a big, all of this takes a big turmoil on you. But there's a lot of people, their families just don't understand it, or they don't care to understand it. And some of it might be like my family, where they could just be bitter or jealous towards you, and there you go. But I have been called many things from my family since I've quit work. A lot don't understand what I'm going through with. And then those that do or claim that they're understanding has also went back and talked bad about me. And I mean, they have spread my name all over town about I'm just the lowest scum of the earth right now. And if you're listening to this, God's already revealed it to me. And yes, I do know. But I'm not going to repeat the words for words either. But anyways, that's here nor there. You just run to church when the doors open up on Sunday morning, okay? If I was able to start naming names, I would name your names, but I've actually been told I can't name names. So just leave it at that. Anyways, I have suffered a lot in my life, and I don't need the discouragement. I don't need to hear words saying, if you're calling here talking about someone in the family that's in the hospital, and or you're trying to figure out some information about something else, and then you're making these little small comments, well, I don't know what y'all young people going to do without us. We're older and we're going to die soon, and I don't know what your young people going to do. You're going to have to get up here and go to work and get off your butts. Well, let me tell you something. Sickness don't discriminate against age. Sickness does not discriminate against skin color, whatever language someone speaks, or whatever country or nation someone's from. But like I said, you run on to church come Sunday morning and Sunday night, and just don't even get me started. We don't need to be hearing stuff. And if you're one of those that's experiencing this with your own family or lost your friends because of that, it's a tough road. People do not understand living the way we have to live. Our good days, our bad days, people wants to see what they want to see. And I have experienced this. And I've got neighbors that does the same thing, and they don't know that I already know how they really feel towards me, but they just don't realize I could shame them big time word for word, but I choose not to. It keeps peace that way. But if you're my neighbor, just know that I do know. And a lot of you people around here already talks that I know everything. So, but you don't know how deep of stuff that I know. So just remember that one, okay? Because I'm telling you now, as my name is Abe, God is fixing to come through for me. And my whole family is going to fall. And you're going to fall. And I don't know if God's going to hear your prayers. He's dealt with you long enough. But moving on. I don't know why I just said all of that for. I really don't. But moving on, that's nor here or there anymore. Just know I forgive you, family, for everything you've done. People, if you're experiencing what I had to experience from my own flesh and blood, I feel for you. And I hope you're hearing me knowing you're not the only one going through what you had to go through with. Having to live with chronic pain is no life to live. And I wonder in my mind how many people that suffering with chronic pain that's went through persecution by their family that could not understand has committed suicide. How many of you know someone, you had a good friend or a close family member that's committed suicide because they couldn't deal with the persecution from the other family members, or not only that, they just couldn't deal with the pain anymore. There was no help with any more medicine because with all the addiction problems dealing with the opioids, if I said the word right, all the pain pills that could be given to us, but we're having to suffer for the simple fact we're having to suffer over this for someone else's addiction, their problem. Just like I mentioned in my podcast, Living with Chronic Pain, if you, in today's world and all this technology we have, there is computerized everything now. You basically can go onto the computer and get online and find a lot of stuff out. Our doctors should have a system. And when you go in to get a prescription for pain pills, or if you take pain pills and you need a renewal for the month, or how long your doctor signed that prescription for and it's time to get renewed, and you've been arrested for abusing your prescriptions, or you have been caught buying illegal pain pills from someone else that was not prescribed to you, and you've went to jail, then your doctors should cut you off completely. But people like me that does not abuse the medications or have this addiction problem should not have to suffer for other people's mistakes. There needs to be a system with this. Our doctors should see that and build the trust up with your doctor. Let them know you do not have this addiction problem towards pain medicine. Build a trust with your pharmacist as well, where they know that you don't have it and they can back you up. But if you ever lose that trust with your doctor and pharmacist, and they start figuring out you are abusing it some way, or you got caught abusing it and went to jail and you're in the system, you lost the trust between those two and you're done. You shouldn't. Or you have to be very closely monitored. You should be driven to the doctor's office every day to get just so many medicine that day, so many pills for that time. If you're to take them 3 times a day, you should be there at the doctor's office early that morning, let them give you 1 tablet. Go back around lunchtime, get your second one if that's the way it needs to be done. And then round close to closing time, which will be supper, you go back to get your last one for that day, every day. But if they're closed on Saturday and Sundays, I just don't know what to tell you. You just have to suffer. But if you agree with this, please forward this on to other people. Let them see this. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed it. And I found out today that some people thought if you hit the subscribe button, you may have to pay for YouTube, but you don't. Subscribe to it. There's no charge, so don't be afraid to hit that button, and it would be greatly appreciated. And just pass this YouTube video along to others, and I hope if you understand where I'm coming from about living with chronic and I'm sorry if my voice is moving more than things are not adding up there. My phone keeps freezing up, and I believe it's my internet. And I do apologize, but I'm here at the end of the video anyways. So you guys have a good night, and thank you for listening to Abe's Front Porch Talk.